One of the big talking points to come out of the game was the Hackman coming out to the right, which put big distances between him and Casemiro, leaving these huge pockets for Tottenham to get into. To get an understanding of how this worked in practice, this is 5 seconds earlier, and we can see the Hackman on Maddison when Tottenham have the ball centrally, but when the ball goes out to Spence in that inverted fullback position, he comes out, and we are back to where we started. But what is the real issue here? In my opinion, it's not the position of the Hackman or the distance between the double pivot. It's the fact that in these situations, one of the 3 centre-backs were not stepping out. So in effect, we had 3 centre-backs marking one attacker. Again, we have the same situation, but this time it looks like Mazraoui is going to step out to Spence, but then he backs off and we end up with 2 going with Son, and we have 5 against 3 on our defensive line with Spence in this massive pocket. In this example, no one is doing their job. The Hackman knows he has to get across to Spence, but he's starting to sulk about what is going on. But again, Mazraoui doesn't step out to help with that overload, and Spence strolls through into the space. In terms of centre-backs not stepping up, this is the worst example. We have 2 Tottenham players that dropped into that pocket, with 3 United centre-backs marking no one. This looks so amateur. I've pointed this out in previous videos. When United play against the better teams, the centre-backs play with that extra desperation and step out to defend those midfield overloads. But in all other games, sometimes they do, but most of the times they don't. But there were occasions when the organisation was there. In this example, as the ball comes out to Spence, we can see that Mazraoui has gone with Maddison, taking that space away, and Tottenham go backwards. This time, Dalot leaves Son to go with Maddison to squeeze this pocket, which takes the momentum out of Tottenham's attack. Same setup, but once again, Mazraoui goes with Maddison, who does well to roll him, but Mazraoui stops the attack with a foul. So the tactics were credible, that did work when the execution was there. After the game, Amorim made it clear that these tactics were about getting Zirkzee on the ball in central areas. So did the trade-off work? Here, he gets on the ball in this nice pocket, lays it off to start an attack. This is nice control and a little layoff in the build-up to the Garnacho chance. In this example, he gets on the ball in a tight space, nice nutmeg, and a give and go. He gets on the ball in another pocket. It's a nice chop, another nice chop, and a decent effort. This is another United counter-attack with Zirkzee on the ball, and this is a lovely nutmeg pass. Of course, he missed the header, but on the ball, he was very impressive and demonstrated a high level of technical ability. Now, I'm going back to my amateur, toxic, half-witted analysis of United's wing-backs against Leicester that caused more harm than the Glazers. With Dorgu and Dalot playing on their opposite side, meant controlling the ball with their strong foot invariably kept them facing their own goal, restricting progression and passing connections. Against Tottenham, with Dalot and Dorgu playing on their strong sides, we saw both players contribute in a way they were unable to against Leicester. This is a very basic example to get this analysis going, but as the ball comes into Dorgu, he's able to let this run across his body, and now he is facing forward. With no progressive pass down the line or into a forward pocket, he cuts back and retains possession, but he was able to assess forward options before doing that. Against Leicester, playing on his wrong side, controlling the ball with his strong foot, keeps him facing his own goal, and we go backwards without seeing if forward progression was possible. But one of the big gains from playing Dalot and Dorgu on their strong side was balls down the line to United's front line and inside passes to Zirkzee. In this example, Dalot just gets the ball out of his feet and bends this ball down the line to Højlund to get up the pitch. Dorgu lets the ball run across his body, opening the ball down the line and plays a good ball to Garnacho. This time, Dalot slides a nice ball down the line to Højlund to run onto. Against Leicester, these passes were not on, as depicted in this example, when Dalot tries to find Mainoo with a pass that isn't on his right foot on that side, and the pass is blocked. Before I go to the last examples, going back to the Leicester game, I pointed out that Dorgu, controlling the ball with his left foot on the right, took this potential passing connection away. Fast forward to the Tottenham game in what is a near identical example, but on the other side, facing forward, he sees this connection to Zirkzee and it nearly leads to a big chance creation. He plays another inside pass to Zirkzee, which led to a counter-attack I showed earlier. So, the Dorgo analysis may have been boring for some, but the devil is in the detail. The devil's verdict is, Amorim was clear that his tactics were to get Zirkzee on the ball in central areas, so the fact United had the most chances and played the better football justifies this approach, despite the tactical deficiencies without the ball. Gary Neville's commentary on Amorim's tactics were melodramatic in my opinion, and did nothing to improve the trust the fans have in Amorim. Although this improved attacking performance has to be tempered by the quality of the opposition, it was a much better game to watch and United played some good football. And there is no doubt Zirkzee is a talent. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.